Hey guys, so I just had something really upsetting happen. So you guys know I feed the birds, and I am always out here like feeding these birds. They've been living in the trees, around my house for years. Okay, I watch them all the time. Um, and something really, really upsetting just happened. I was watching the neighbor kids. Okay, these neighbors right here in the blue house next to me. I've had a problem with these kids for a while, and it's not so much the children because they're children. They don't know any better. It's the adults that are watching them, or lack thereof, because there is no adult watching them. It's it's really upsetting what just happened and what I just watched. So I'm standing, I keep hearing these shots go off like a BB gun or something, and I see the neighbor kids out here in the backyard shooting BB guns up into the trees, and I didn't think anything of it. I thought surely not, surely fucking not. Um, and I keep hearing it, and so I'm looking out the window because I've had issues with them shooting their guns towards my house. I've had them at issues, and these are just BB guns. They're like airsoft guns. They're not real guns. But still, it doesn't matter. It's still enough to do damage. The damage that just happened as well. So there's, I have to nobody keeps an eye on these kids. Nobody watches them. Nobody. Okay. And I understand. I get it. I'm not blaming people. I'm not trying to make people feel bad. I get it. I was raised the same way with nobody giving two shits about what I did either. And it's upsetting. It's upsetting to see that. It's upset. And these kids are constantly yelling insults and just awful things towards me when I'm outside just doing garden work. It's like harassment, constant harassment, and I ignore it. I don't even look that way. I don't even, if they're outside, I go inside. I try to just keep my distance. I try to keep my peace. I try to just keep everything cool. Uh, like if I had a box of popsicles, I gave that to them. I don't want them to think that I hate them, and I don't want them to hate me, but I want them to know what they're doing is wrong, and that they need some guidance. They need some true guidance, because kids with no guidance, you guys, is just a recipe for trouble. So I'm standing in the house watching, and all of a sudden I see a bird fall off the power line. Okay, and this is one of the mourning doves. And if you know anything about birds, mourning doves, they mate for life. They are connected. They mate for life. And so if one dies, the other is lost, basically. So I see the bird fall from the sky, and I couldn't hold my tongue anymore. I said, what the fuck is wrong with you? Making you, why would you do something like that? And the kid goes, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, that's not, you shouldn't be doing anything like that. And his grandmother was sitting right outside with him, watching him do this and not saying a damn thing. Like, what is wrong with people? What is wrong with you guys to make you think that that's okay? Like shooting guns and killing birds just for the fuck of it. What is your problem? And I bet you guys are Christians too. I bet you say you're Christians, aren't you? Let me, and this bird died in my hand. I cried. I wept tears of grief for this bird. Let me show you up here what they did to this fucking bird. I'm so angry. And see, they're still out here shooting. And I called the cops. Look, they killed this fucking bird. Look, they shot it right in the goddamn head. And it was out there flailing in the fucking street, bleeding all over the place. And so I went out there and picked it up, because I'm not going to just let something die like that in the street. Just like a nothing, It's this beautiful fucking bird that I've been taking care of and loving forever. And I'm so angry. I'm so angry that this is happening. And so I'm going to bury the bird, give it back to the earth. It died in my hand. It was like in shock when I found it. It was flailing all over the place, and they shot it in the head, and it basically scalped the bird. And I'm so angry. I'm so pissed. Um, and to eat, and I'm even more angry that the grandmother was just sitting there and didn't do anything. I mean, I don't blame her, because the damn kids don't listen to her anyway. They just run all over her, and I really want to, their mother isn't around, their dad isn't hardly around. It's like, I feel really bad for them. I feel bad, and I want to show them guidance. That the mother in me wants to step in and say, hey, you guys, this isn't the way you should be. You don't need to be killing birds just because you're bored. Like, now look, now that one mourning dove is up there, that was probably its mate. And it's sickening. It's sick. It's absolutely sickening how people could be so heartless and thoughtless and cold. Like, how could you just, like, I get it though. I get it. I understand. I'm not angry at them. I'm angry at the actions. I'm angry at the lack of care for these children. And I know one of the brothers watches this. And he's never been a problem, that brother. He's always been, more of like the father to these other kids. And that sucks for him too, because he should not have to be going through that. He shouldn't have to be a parent to his younger siblings at 13. That's fucked up. That's gonna skew his view of reality. That's gonna skew everything for him. I've watched these kids grow up, like the littlest ones, from babies, like little literal babies. I've lived in this house almost 7 years, and it's just so upsetting. It's so upsetting that happened, and I had to witness that. But you better bet your ass that I called the law, and I'm gonna get somebody to intervene, because something needs to happen. This can't keep happening. These kids run around at nighttime. I came out here the other morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. These kids were up in the woods. I don't know what the fuck they were doing, but nobody was watching them. It's like nobody gives a damn about them. And I understand that the acting out I understand that's a need. That's a screaming need for love and attention, and that they're not getting. And it's upsetting. It's really upsetting to see. And I just hope something changes, my heart goes out to them. My heart goes out to the grandmother who has all this burdened on her. She should be able to being able to enjoy her life, It's just all so upsetting. I just needed to share this with you guys, because I know you guys will understand. I know you guys understand how precious and beautiful nature is, and the animals. And you shouldn't, when you're unawakened, and when you're living from those places of fear and judgment and hatred, those are all survival mechanisms. And I get it. I really do. Which is why it's so upsetting, because this is totally preventable. This type of behavior is really preventable if you just step in and showed a little bit of care and love to the children around you. Because a lot of times all I hear is screaming and yelling coming from that house. There's no real communication. And again, I'm not judging these people, because I come from the same situation. I come from the same environment. I get it. I really do. I deeply understand, and I'm deeply hurt that it's all happening, and nobody seems to care. Nobody seems to freaking care. And I'm sick of just being quiet. I'm sick of being quiet for the sake of being liked. If you don't like me because I speak the truth, then oh well. I'm fine with myself, by myself. I don't need friends. I don't need people. And I don't need people to like me, because I like me. And I know that I speak from a place of fucking truth. I know that I speak, a lot of people, when I do speak the truth to them, they always say, well, what makes you, and who makes you this, and what makes you think that you're this and that? It's like nothing. Nothing. But I have integrity. I have personal fucking integrity. And I don't do the same things. I would never, ever, ever preach to somebody about something that I was doing myself. I would never fucking do that. Ever. And I say things from a place of love, from a place of understanding, from a place of getting you to see what you've willingly become blind to. I'm trying to, that's what I'm trying to shake things up so you can see things for what they are, instead of what you've been conditioned to see, and what you've been programmed to see, and what you've been, a lot of times people give up, or they just don't want to go through the trouble. And so they'll just go through motions, and they'll just say whatever they want. And it's like, you have to start knowing that your words carry weight, your actions carry weight. Yeah, and this is all just so upsetting. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go bury this bird. Hopefully a cop calls me back here in a minute. Hopefully they come up here. See, look, now the dove is up. Look. He's up there wondering what happened to his mate. And that's so upsetting. Looks like a cop maybe here. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Hey, I'm just with the police department. I said they had a call about the kids shooting at birds
Yeah,
on the power
over here.
line over here.
Over here.
We had a complaint on them earlier from Miss Kendall over here.
Uh-huh.
What exactly are they? So are they up here on these power lines?
Yeah, the birds are up here on the power lines. And I was watching the kids. They have like an airsoft BB gun or something. I'm not really sure what kind of gun. It's enough to kill a bird because they killed one.
Okay.
And they were out here in the backyard. It's two little boys. And the grandmother's there. And she was on the porch with them when they shot and killed the bird on the power line. And I've been watching them all morning because I didn't really know what they were doing. I thought they were just kind of shooting it up in the trees. So I was just keeping an... Nobody watches these kids.
The where's the bird at that they killed?
It's in my backyard.
Did they kill it back there or
up here? And it fell in the street, and I went and picked it up because it was alive in shock, and they basically scalped it when they shot it.
Okay. All right. Can we go back here and look at it?
Yeah, sure can. We can walk around. I got cats in the house. Okay, so cop came over, talked to me, photographed the bird. He told me that it was okay for them to shoot BB guns in town, that we're in the country. And all that was good. And I wasn't the first person to call on them. People across the street had called already. And the issue came in what type of bird it was. So apparently, I didn't know this, but apparently there is a dove hunting season. And where he shot the bird and it's not dove hunting season and killed it, that is what got him in trouble. So they said he's going to probably have to do community service through juvenile justice, which is good because he needs to learn some lessons. And yeah, the neighbor I was watching, they shot and killed a dove off the power lines. What's his name? Jake, the oldest one. Not Carter, but the younger.
That's Jake.
Jake, yeah. So yeah, with the type of bird, he'll have to do community service and stuff like that, which is good. Good. Something needs to happen because, like I said, nobody watches these kids, and even if there is an adult around, like, nobody's doing anything. So, and it's nice to know that I'm not the only one saying anything, when I first moved in, the cops were investigating them a lot. And I guess that woman, she don't like me because she thought I called the cops on them. This is the first time literally, I've called the cops in years. It's been like, I don't know, over 10 years since I've called the cops. And the last time I called the cops is because someone and I were in a physical altercation, and I was pinned, and I was afraid that this person was going to hit me in the wrong way in the back of the head because I was pinned on my stomach, and they were hitting me in the back of the head. I was afraid they were going to kill me, so that's when I called the cops. I didn't press charges. I'm not the type of person to press charges. Like, I am anti-cops all the fucking way, but something had to be done, because this is crazy. So yeah, he said that since it's not dove season and he killed the dove, it's fucking terrible, and then the other dove is just up there waiting. That's where the issue is. So, you know, I hope this is I really, really hope that they take a lesson from this and learn from it, and not project hate, because I don't hate anybody, and I don't wish ill will on anybody. And, you know, this is preventable. All this kind of stuff is preventable, and it's upsetting. And I hope they don't like retaliate and start, because they broke my window. I found golf balls in my yard, all kinds of shit. They terrorize my cats. They shoot shit at my cats. Like, I'm sick of being the nice guy and not saying anything. That is over with, you know. I'm now full force protective mode. Because if you're gonna just shoot the fucking bird at it for no reason, there's gonna be consequences. And, you know, you could hate me all you want for that, but that's just the truth. It's the truth. I wish them well. I hope things get straightened out and they learn from this and things get better. I'm not trying to make enemies with anybody. I'm protecting what can't protect itself. And I've always been that way, and I'll always continue to be that way. I'll always protect things that don't have a voice or can't protect themselves, because that was totally unfucking necessary. Anyways, guys, stand up for justice. Doesn't matter who will not like you for it. It doesn't matter. I'll love you for it. So I love you all. Have a good day.